Hey Rutgers Nation! Welcome to the Rutgers Football Kickoff Special, presented by Choose New Jersey. On today's show, we'll take you inside the program as the Scarlet Knights gear up for their season opener against UMass on Thursday, September 3rd. This year's team is an exciting blend of all Big Ten returners and high-profile additions. They've put in plenty of hard work in training camp to make this another winning season on the Banks. Soon, we'll meet some of the leaders back from last year's record-setting offense. But first, our Anthony Fusilli sits down with the head coach of Rutgers football, Greg Schiano, kicking it off with the team's conditioning in the offseason, led by Director of Sports Performance, Spencer Brown.
I think it's a continual process, Fuch, but I thought we had a great summer, a great offseason. I think we're stronger, we're faster. But we've also trained the mind. You know, the one thing that I really appreciate is how Spencer understands what we need to do up here as well as down here. So, I'm pleased where we are. We have to get better. We always have to get better. But they've made a lot of progress.
Have you seen in this training camp so far the hunger, the passion, the emotion that you want to see for a Rutgers football team?
Yeah, I do. I think this is a group that is forging together as we speak, and I think it's going to be a team that plays for each other.
What is the message to the team in this camp to kind of take that next step?
Time is our enemy. Like, you know, we got a bunch of opponents on the screen, but right now it isn't about them, it's about us. And we have to get better because time is ticking.
You love the challenge of competing in the Big Ten in what you say is the best conference in America. Why?
Well, it is the best conference in America. Just history will show that, supposedly recent history. But the thing I love about our conference is it's not just a football conference. I mean, you talk about the apex, right? The intersection of elite academics and elite football. And that's what I love about the Big Ten, because it is still college football, and sometimes people are losing sight of that right now. But these kids not only get a great football experience, but they get a tremendous education.
You have to find a quarterback in this camp, but I think overall you probably have a lot of confidence in the room.
I do. I have confidence both in the two guys that are the lead guys in the competition. I also have confidence in the guys that are the understudies. So I think what Coach Shiraka has brought here is a system. These quarterbacks grow in the system over time, and Sean Ashenfelder's growing. You can just see him getting better by the day. And I really appreciate how AJ and how Dylan have approached the competition. They're competing for each other, not with each other. And what does that mean? They're both parts of this team. So one of them is going to be the starter, but the other one's still going to be their teammate. And it's all about our team.
Having an All-American, preseason All-American running back, I sure it makes you sleep better at night knowing that not only you have him, you have a deep running back.
We do. And I think, obviously Antwan is a special player. Adding Clay, I think Clay has shown us that we were correct in bringing him here. Benji has always been a reliable guy, a guy that we can count on. So when you start getting into the depth of the room, it's real important. And then we have some young backs that I think are really special players. So I think it's a healthy room.
And to have a coach that shines and stays on him and has had some success recently with some of the top running backs that have ever come to Rutgers just makes it even more special, right?
Well, it does, and success breeds success, right? People want to come play running back at Rutgers. They want to come play for Coach Shaw and Coach Shiraka. In this offensive scheme, it's a running back-friendly scheme for sure, and we're getting some really fine running backs in the last couple classes.
Antwan, tell me about this camp and the excitement of what you want this offense to be.
Man, it's been a great camp, being out there with all the guys, everybody returning, everybody that's new has been really good. This camp has been very violent, very consistent on our end, but we know we're going to have to keep doing that on the whole season, so it's been great, honestly.
Last year, you took another step from the season before. You brought it to another level. You're a preseason All-American. What do you got planned this year?
I got planned to do my best to make us win. Whatever that looks like, I think that that's what I'm going to do. So anything that I can do to make this team win, make this offense be explosive, that's what I'm going to do.
And Coach Shaw is getting the other running backs in that room ready too, right?
Yeah, 100%. He does a great job of not getting just me ready, but everybody. Benji, Clay, everybody else, So, and we always have that mentality. No matter if you're the starter or not, you prepare like you're the starter, So you got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
You being nice to those old linemen in front of you, making sure that they do the right thing for you?
Yeah, 100%. They mean a lot to me as well. You know, they're the ones that essentially make all this happen. You know, I can't do it by myself. So without them, I wouldn't be here really.
You decided to bring in Jim Turner, and the offensive line, I've heard you say, is the deepest it's been since you've been back. Give me a little idea about the combination right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think we have, you know, one of the things that Jim talks about all the time is he needs to have 8 guys that he knows are 8 starting level players. And I understand that. It's much like basketball, right? You want to be able to bring some guys off the bench if you need to. And then the rest of them are developmental players. And we got to develop them so they can move into that 8. And heck, if you get to where you have 10 starting level players, man alive, you're cooking with gas. But we got to get to 8 first, and that's what we're working for.
When you look at your new coach, Jim Turner, what comes to mind right away?
Tough. You know, he yells a lot. You know, he's always trying to scream to get guys' attention. Just the stuff that he says to make sure that you remember what he's trying to teach you. You know, the different techniques and stuff. He kind of puts it in a way where it's very simple to understand.
Tell me about the O-line and the depth and the chemistry right now.
I mean, right now we're all working together really hard. You know, in the meeting room, just learning, helping each other out on the field every day. You know, whether you're working with the 1s today, the 2s tomorrow, the 3s, everybody's helping each other out every day. So it's really good, and we're building the chemistry every day.
Speaking of work, you've done a lot of work to get to where you are. Preseason All-American. I mean, how do you handle that?
It's cool to hear those accomplishments and hear people talk about you in that light. But, you know, I'm just focused on moving forward, you know, this year and hopefully getting on the postseason, you know, list.
When we look at another deep room, it would have to be the wide receiver room. You have some youth, and you have another preseason All-American who's a local kid who's very special, like KJ Duff.
Yeah, I mean, you could say ditto for everything except the names are different, right? KJ is a tremendous football player, and the thing that I love that he's done, you know, all the pro scouts ask me, you know, tell me about him. What do you think? The thing that I can tell him flat out is our best player is our hardest worker. He literally won the summer conditioning award as the hardest trainer in all of our team. And, you know, that's rare to have a guy who's literally the best player on the team be your hardest working player on the team. That's a coach's dream, and I'm really grateful that he's here.
And Dave Brock is getting the other receivers ready because someone's going to have to step up now.
Well, like I said, you know, with Coach Shaw and Coach Brock, they do such a great job with their rooms. You know, not only coaching them, recruiting them, maintaining them, all that. And those young receivers, they'll perform. I'm very, very confident of that.
Where are we with the tight end position, Coach? I know you have a lot of admiration for Scott Malone, who runs the room, but is it a room where now you're starting to see more in this camp?
Yeah, I mean, it's a room that's definitely in the growth mode, and it has to be, right? We lost a guy who's in camp with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Kenny Fletcher. Boy, it would have been nice to have him another year, right? But we don't. So what do we got to do? We got to find 2-3 tight ends that can play in the Big Ten Conference. And I'd be lying if I said that's decided yet who they are. We're working at it. I think we have a good idea. I think the competition, though, is fierce.
You spent all offseason to try and improve the defense, and you decided to bring in Travis Johansson. What have you seen from him in this camp that makes you feel like this was definitely the right choice?
System, great teacher, really fine man for our guys. You know, great husband and father, and a great role model for our players, and an excellent football coach. He's definitely a guy who brings people together, and technically he's really, really good.
You allowed him to bring in a lot of assistants that he has a lot of comfort and a lot of respect for. How has that been so far, learning some of the new coaches that he's brought in?
Good. I really like him. Certainly a learning experience for me, right? Over time, to gain, you know, when we do things, I have to remember these guys haven't done them with us. So we have to make sure we go through the details of everything. But they're all professionals. They're all really fine coaches. And, you know, to mesh with, you know, the couple of guys that stayed back, you know, with us, Charlie Noonan being one of them, you know, Carazola being the other, like those guys have meshed together very well, as well as some of the young coaches meshing with them. So it's, like I said, Travis is definitely a guy who brings people together, and that's important.
You need to be nasty up front. You need to swarm. You got a new D-line coach, and you have a bunch of guys there hoping to bring what you want on a down basis.
Yeah, I think Dot's doing a really good job. Dennis Dotton Carter, he's doing a great job. He and Luke Carazola together are working with that. And then Joe Woodley is working with the R's along with Joe Evans. So like when you mix all those people together, it's a really fine group of coaches and really good role models for our players.
Linebacker position is one that, obviously the Rutgers Scarlet Knights have to get back to. You have some youth and you have some veterans, so someone's going to have to step up this year, right?
Yeah, and I think we have a good mix of newcomers and guys that are returning. We got to get healthy, right? We got to get healthy at the position because we had a couple guys in the off season. We're working through it. But I think there's some new guys with Ty Morris and with Sean Allison that really have made an impact on the room and on our group. We have some young guys. There's really a group of people that are gonna play the position for us, and I'm excited about the way they're gonna play.
Yeah, we have a very deep linebacker room. All 14 of us have been putting in the work in the meeting room and on the field with the coaches, with the other position groups, and really blending well. Because obviously at linebacker, we're the chain to the front line and the back line. So our communication is vital, and I think that the whole entire room has been doing a great job at really upping the communication and being violent.
How anxious are you to get into that stadium, play some real football, and to see what Rutgers football in New Jersey is all about?
Super excited. On Saturday we had the scrimmage, so that was my first time really being in the stadium and running around down there, and it was great. I can imagine what it's going to be like with all the fans. I'm excited to meet the fans and make that place jump.
Speaking of excited, I noticed the numbers you have in the secondary. You have a lot of guys that might be special. They just have to, I guess, get the reps, right?
They do, and you know what it is? I started this training camp saying, I don't know who they're going to be, but we're going to have players. There's good players in the room. There's good depth in the room, probably as good as we've had in a long, long time. So we just got to figure out who's going to be the best, right? And, we'll roll corners like we do D linemen. So, and then there's different sub packages where those guys will play. So I'm grateful that we have that depth and they're going to play.
Tell me about the safety position and the stud position and how they work together with some of the guys you have.
Yeah, it's basically a three-man, guys working together, right? So, and I'm so thrilled. Jesse Fury's done a great job at the stud position. I mentioned that in the spring, and he just keeps growing in the position. And then our safeties, we have a lot of good players. Kyle Sanders returning, but we have a lot of good players, the young guys and some older guys too, that I think are going to really contribute. And again, we're not afraid to play some guys back there. So I do like it. It's going to be kind of some no-name, guys that people don't know, right? And they're going to know them soon enough.
Jesse, what do you want this defense to be? Do you guys talk about it? What do you want to resemble on the football field?
We don't really talk about the big picture right now. We just talk about executing our job, being violent, doing our 111th on defense, playing team defense. Everybody doing their job at a high level. Obviously, swarming to the football and just taking the ball away, because taking the ball away is the most important thing. That's going to make us win games. So that's what we focus on.
A lot of new faces and a lot of new coaches. What's the chemistry been like for everybody getting to know each other on the fly?
Yeah, it's been great. A lot of new coaches. Obviously, some of those coaches they've coached before, like coached with each other before, so that's obviously good with chemistry. And just the players, we're all bought in every day, just taking step by step, and no one's like too big or like too little. Everybody's contributing, and we're just having fun in the process.
This is a program where three phases are as important. It's not just one phase. Second, special teams has to make a difference. Last year you didn't have the depth because of injury. Are you back to where you are? You feel comfortable about that group?
I do. I think, number one, our specialists are all back, every one of them. So that's critical, right? And we have some competition even in that realm. But then when you look at the teams, how you man your kickoff team, how you man your KOR, how you man your punt block, we have some depth. Just like we have depth in the positions, that depth carries over. Now, as the season goes on, can we maintain that depth? Are we going to be able to stay healthy? That's the challenge in this league. It's the Big Ten for a reason. The people are big.
Coach, you're a developmental program. What kind of pleasure do you get when you see not only your guys going on to the NFL, but the impact that they're making?
Yeah, I'm very proud of our guys. I'm proud of all our guys, but those NFL guys get so much attention. And here's what I'm proud of. Not all of them came here and they were surefire NFL players. But you know what? If you can continue to grow in our program, it's not easy. And every player will tell you that, but I'll tell you, it prepares them for the National Football League because they go there and they have a rare skill.
Chop.
You got it.
Last year, Coach, you had a new president, President Tate, come in, new athletic director, Kelly's in. It looks like you're back to coaching and doing what you love best. Is that a fair assessment?
It is, and I think my job grew considerably with the advent of NIL and the roster construction. There's a whole other element to that never existed in college football. It's basically the pro personnel element. Other college teams, you have to know their personnel, because if they come available, you got to be able to move quickly to make a decision. So that's a big part of an additional responsibility. But I think, with our personnel people, Jordan Walkstein, who handles all our business stuff, as the GM of finance, I think we got a great thing. Eric Josephs is doing a great job as the GM, of personnel, and between those two and myself, we all work together really well, and I think we have a really good roster constructed this year, and we're putting a good one together going forward.
The word you like to use is vertical alignment. You feel like from top to bottom, everyone's on the same page.
I do, and when you talk about President Tate, he understands what it takes to win at this level. You talk about Kelly Zinn, she understands big-time college football, and the staff she's put together. To me, that's the key. When you have not only the leaders, but then their people, they're lieutenants that are right there working with them. And I can tell you one thing, I know we're working hard in the Hale Center, and I know they're working hard in the Rodkin, and that's really fun to know that people are really grinding just like you are.
And finally, Coach, this is not an easy place, but for you, it's a special place. And tell us why it has always been a special place for you.
Well, it's got 20 years of my life, right, of my adult life, so it's more than half my coaching career has been here. And there's a reason for that. And as I've said before, I wish I never left, but I did. You can't change history. But we're going to get it back to where it needs to be and beyond, and I believe that. I believe Rutgers is a special place. It just hasn't reached its potential yet.
The world meets in New Jersey, because landing here means stepping into the best of the United States. This is where people from everywhere become neighbors, where innovators build the future, and communities welcome you in. This is where global companies scale, where bold ideas shape what's next, where opportunity lives. Meet us in New Jersey.
Welcome back to the Rutgers Football Kickoff Special, presented by Choose New Jersey. With touchdown catches and highlight reel moments, KJ Duff has earned his place as one of college football's most electric wide receivers.
In college football. It's a great catch. Somehow KJ Duff kept his feet down. That's awesome. One-handed grab.
You people ask me what goes into that, and I love to say I rep that 15 times after practice every day, but I don't. It's kind of just like an instinctual thing.
That might be the catch of the year in college football. Wow.
Have I made a one-handed catch before? Yes. In high school, I made a one-handed catch that went viral. When I was little and I was 10 years old, I made a one-handed catch that went viral, and that was actually in a Nike commercial. So I kind of say I have a history of doing it, but no, I don't really practice it.
Third and forever, there's really no one open down the field, but let me just throw a moonshot up to my 6'6" receiver.
I believe it's third and long, third and 10, third and 11. Play gets called, I know it's coming to me. Let's be ready for it. Here I am. Running with the defender right here.
Here we go again, deep ball, looking for Duff.
Look back. People ask me a lot, how'd you catch it? What were you thinking? And it's really when you're on the football field and it's mid-play, it's you just gotta do what you gotta do.
And it is caught! Oh, what a catch!
In that situation, I was just put it up right here. Boom.
He brought it in with one hand!
Rest is history.
Unbelievable, and this is everything you need to know about why he's the wide receiver one on this Rutgers team. KJ Duff with the play of the day. Phenomenal!
All right, so we're pulling up to my childhood park. I played baseball, I played football. We would practice on the outfield of the baseball fields when I was younger, 7, 8, 9. We got right here, when we won the championship. We go again, boom, like I said, the third one right here. So 3 plaques, this is all from when we played Little League. Yeah, it would be one age group would be in center field, another one would be in left field, and another one would be in right field. It's crazy, it goes by fast, and it's I'm coming back, this is where I started.
Great kid. You know, he's a local. It's a small, big town, I would say. You know, when big things happen, we all get excited. Everyone, the whole town goes crazy. And he is the talk of the town right now. He's good at scooping ice cream. Just as good as he is catching a football. He's good with his hands, you know?
Boy, good technique. Look at the ball. Man, he can spin it.
Into traffic. Touchdown, Rutgers. Another. KJ Duff.
That he's just really kind. He has a big heart. He is a person outside of football. He's not just a football player, and he'll go above and beyond for like anybody if he can.
You think about little KJ, you see those little curls and you see it. KJ was always like the perfect kid. Like, I'm not just bigging him up because he's my son, but KJ never really did anything to get in trouble. KJ always had the hunger to be better on his own. It's not even a matter of someone having to push him to do it. He wanted it himself.
Right here, this is my room. My high school jersey, my high school senior poster. This is when we won the state championship. The first team in St. Anthony's history to win the state championship.
Well, I think we knew right away he was an emerging talent at such a young age. Just the intangibles alone, like height, unbelievable body control, probably has the best hands that I've ever seen as a high school coach.
Oh, what a turn and touchdown!
So it was really a fun time to watch those games. It was like a glory days.
And the biggest thing, he was humble and never like, look at me, I'm great. But he wasn't only great on the football field.
In order to be the best athlete that you are on the field, then you got to be the best man that you can be off the field. And I think that he was working on that when I met him, and it was just progressing beautifully.
He really was a great Friar, and I think a role model for Friars that are here right now and future Friars down the road.
He's the total package. And I know that's a cliche, but that's the truth.
Greg Schiano Trophy is the best Catholic school football player on Long Island.
Duff, first down! He leapfrogs his way in! Look at KJ Duff!
Shows you why he's the #1 recruit in all of New York State.
KJ got a lot of attention, he got a lot of offers, and it was a lot of pressure to put on a young man.
Look at every place to see if it fits you.
No matter who offers you, no matter how profile they are, we want someone that really, really wanted us.
He struggled with who's telling the truth and who's not, and I told him, I said, listen, eventually the mask is gonna fall off and you'll see who really means what they say.
This right here, this is cool. This is right when I got offered by Rutgers, actually. My mom made this.
I think Rutgers saw the potential in him.
Down here is a picture with Schiano, my dad, my mom, in his office after I had got offered.
We must have went there maybe like 15 times before he committed.
He always kept going back to them. We took like 80 visits there, I think.
Me and Mom knew. We were like, this is it.
I think in high school, I was really looking to be developed because, at the end of the day, every team is going to have a nice locker room. Every team is going to have a big stadium. So, you got to kind of weed all of that out and, figure out what's important to you.
First down and more. KJ Duff, his 6'6" target.
Yeah, when people ask me why Rutgers, one thing comes to my mind is just the legacy I wanted to leave here.
These are college wide receivers, but they're NBA level body type.
Now he is covered 100%.
Turns completely around.
But he has a one hand. Oh, that's awesome.
I just felt like this was the best opportunity for me. Playing for these great coaches here.
This is a clinic-worthy route. The patience, the awareness. And Duff does it again. Look at those hands. That is a la Larry Fitz. Duff is putting on a display of his own.
I'm so proud of him. I mean, KJ has just been working like maniac. That was cool stuff.
Yeah, I love Coach Schiano as a person, as a coach, just the type of leader he is. I really admire that. And then, the staff that he built around him, just feel really comfortable at Rutgers.
KJ Duff pulls it in for a Rutgers touchdown. KJ Duff, nice catch.
I was happy it was Rutgers, it was close. And his mother was extremely happy.
I remember exactly where I was. I was in the Lowe's parking lot, and he sent a text to me and his dad, and he said, I want to go to Rutgers. I cried. It was really like the greatest day of my life. I was so happy.
I was glad he picked Rutgers. You see a lot of great things happen there.
I think it was a great fit because of the family vibe that he had in high school here and the family vibe that Rutgers offers to their athletes.
Really, that's tradition there, FTC, Family Trust Shop, and that's what they made us feel. We felt like family every time we went.
One time we were in Coach Schiano's office for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Just talking, and it wasn't even football most of the time, it was just about life. They're just real people. It was hard enough to have him go to college, but
For each other, let's go!
he has to be somewhere that loves him equal to or more than me, and that's what they did, and that's what they continue to do.
It was a smart choice for KJ because it was like the path where he could play. And I thought it was a really smart choice, a good move for Rutgers to say, I see that kid, I know what he can do. And they took a shot, and I think that it paid off for them.
It was exactly what he thought it was gonna be. The coaches were who they were. They told him from the beginning, it's not gonna be easy to come here, you're gonna have to come here and work. And he did just that.
Going, I say, great to elite is like the finest of fine details where you can go back through the film. I can't tell you how many times I watched my targets from last year, just trying to watch it and see any little detail I can pick up. Because I believe that's the biggest thing, you know, the small details will lead to everything.
It never gets old, seeing them come out of the tunnel. I get goosebumps every time.
I'm proud that our paths crossed. I'm a better person because I know KJ Duff and his mom. I gotta give her the credit.
I'm just most proud that he continues to stay grounded and focused in his goals that he wants to achieve.
His potential has not even been reached yet.
He continues to take the correct steps to be successful in his junior year at Rutgers and then hopefully carried on to the NFL next year.
You know, he's very happy and he's just excelling. When you are where you're meant to be, things are just gonna work out for you.
As a semifinalist for the Doak Walker National Running Back Award, Antwan Raymond is continuing a legacy of elite running backs at Rutgers. He shows us the foundation of another great season begins with hard work at training camp.
Eyes up.
2, 1, finish, stop! Corey, I'm the Fed. Okay. Ah, damn! My face. That's good. Go! Hey, Mom. You gotta be a ball player. You can't just be there like a robot. I'm not going over there, but oh my. Hey, top the moment. You gotta be a ball player. You can't just stay like this. Like, that makes no sense.
As a competitor, I'm going to scratch, I'm going to claw, I'm going to freaking punch, I'm going to swing to get the job done. And sometimes, guys, you still fall short. You still fall short. But if I'm gonna fall short and if I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna freaking go out swinging.
Yo, you fast, yo. Give him one more.
Football is almost here. Rutgers opens the season at home, the birthplace of college football, on Thursday, September 3rd against UMass. Big Ten play begins soon after on September 19th at home against USC. Thanks for watching the Rutgers Football Kickoff Special, presented by Choose New Jersey. I'm Dom Savino, and we'll see you at the Rutgers Boardwalk.